Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most fundamental, yet sometimes confusing, concepts in technical and engineering drawing, the world of invisible lines and inclined surfaces. You know, when we look at an object, we see only what's on the surface. But to understand an object, to manufacture it, or assemble it, we need to know what's happening inside and on the other side. That's where our secret agents of the drawing world come in, the dashed lines, also known as hidden lines or invisible lines. What are invisible lines? Imagine this simple block. From the front, we can see the front face, but we can't see the large hole that goes straight through it. If I only drew the solid lines I can see, my technical drawing would just look like a rectangle. The person trying to make this would have no idea about the hole. That's a disaster waiting to happen. To prevent this, we have a rule: what you can't see, but is important, you show with a dashed line. These dashed lines are our map to the hidden features. They represent edges, contours, and surfaces that are obscured by the solid material of the object itself. Think of holes, slots, internal cavities, or the back edges of a recessed surface. They are absolutely crucial for a complete and unambiguous drawing. When to use dashed versus solid lines. Let's get the rules crystal clear. It's all about line of sight. Solid line, visible line. You use a thick, continuous, solid line to represent a visible edge or contour. This is an edge that the observer can directly see from their chosen view. It's the outline of the object. Dashed line, hidden, the invisible line. You use a thin, dashed line to represent a hidden edge or contour. This is an edge that exists, but is behind another part of the object from your current viewpoint. The tricky part, when lines intersect. Now, this is where many students get tripped up. What happens when a dashed line meets a solid line, or when two dashed lines cross? There's a specific protocol for this, and it's all about clarity and avoiding confusion. Let's break it down with our trusty textbook reference. Dashed line meets solid line. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are the specific rules when these invisible lines meet other lines on the page? This is where precision is key to avoiding confusion. Look at this example. When an invisible, or dashed, line meets a visible, solid line, the rule is very specific. The dash must meet the solid line directly, with no gap. Think of it as a clean handshake. There should be no overlapping, and no tiny, awkward space. It's a direct connection. If a feature in your object has an edge that is visible from your viewpoint, you must represent it with a solid line. Even if that same edge continues on as a hidden line in another part of the view. Let's be perfectly clear. A line never transforms from solid to dashed along its length in a single view. In any given view, an edge is either entirely visible solid or entirely hidden dashed, based on what you can see from that specific direction. So, if a solid line is in front of a hidden feature, we draw the solid line. We do not use a dash line to try and show what's behind it. The solid line always takes priority because it's the feature closest to the viewer. When to dash lines intersect. Next, what about when to hidden lines cross or meet at a corner? The rule here is that the dash should be drawn so that they intersect precisely at the corner point. This creates a clear, defined vertex for the hidden feature, just like a dot on a map, telling the reader exactly where those hidden edges meet. And a related, advanced point, if you have to separate hidden features like the holes at different depths inside a block. You will show them as two distinct sets of dashed lines. Even if they are conceptually behind the same solid plane from your view, you still draw each hidden feature's line separately. This communicates that there are multiple, distinct hidden elements within the object. We don't merge them into one line. So, to recap, clean connections at solid lines and precise intersections for hidden lines. Mastering these small details is what makes a technical drawing professional, accurate, and easy for anyone to read. Let's bring it all home with a practical example. Let's convert this simple orthographic 3-view into an isometric object drawing. We are beginning to model this in 3D based on the top view. From above, we can see an inclined plane and a 4x5 rectangle that has been cut with a triangular feature at one end. However, a key point must be noted. The 2-unit length of the inclined plane, as shown in the orthographic top view, is not its true length. It is a foreshortened projection. When we combine this 2-unit projected length with the adjacent 4-unit segment, the total projected distance along that axis is 6 units. This 6-unit measurement is what we will use to block out the basic shape of the object in our 3D space. We will address the hidden lines, shown as dashed lines, in the next step. The presence of these dashed lines indicates that the features they represent are located below the surfaces we have just discussed. Let's continue building the 3D model from the top view. Since we are looking directly downward, the vertical faces of the step feature are not visible. To create them, we must first project the shape down to its full depth of 5 units. Now, focusing on the front, there's a 2x2 square section. To model this in 3D, we need its dimension along the y-axis, the depth into the part. This dimension is found in the top view, where it is shown as 1.5 units. It appears as a dashed line, confirming this feature is hidden from our current top-down perspective. At this stage, We have successfully matched or aligned the hidden lines from the top view with their corresponding features in the front and side views. The only element remaining to be addressed is one final hidden line. Finally, let's examine the inclined feature. From the side view, we see its true form. However, in both the top and front views, this inclined surface appears as a hidden dashed line. Look specifically at the front view. You will see a 4-unit dashed line connected with a 2-unit solid line. This arrangement is very informative. It tells us that from this viewing direction, a visible edge, the solid line, is directly in front of the hidden edge, the dashed line, of the inclined surface. Because both lines exist at the same height, the hidden portion of the inclined plane becomes a solid line where it meets and aligns with the visible 2-unit edge. Mastering this will make your drawings professional, clear, and universally understood. If this helped clarify things, give this video a like. It really supports the channel. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to Draft and Dialogue and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into technical drawing.